guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my tumblers. So I just went ahead and printed my designs off for the ones that I need to make. So this is the one that I'm going to be showing you guys today. This is one that I've pieced together and built together for a customer. Their name is Shelby and they wanted some Shelby Mustangs on their tumbler. So when starting off with this, I do create everything in my Cricut design space, and then I save a screenshot of it, and then I transfer it over to Inkscape. So with Inkscape, it allows you to print this off slower, as in like a photographic format. So the image comes out really well. It does use a little bit more ink, but then you get a better quality on your tumbler. With this here, the size and dimensions that I use is I go a 9.25 wide to 8.1 in length. So I am just going to go ahead and cut this all out. And when doing so, I find keeping at this size, I barely get any seams unless the image is not symmetrical on both sides. So with this one here, it's the exact same background on either end, so there should barely be a line showing. When you have the overlap, it's probably only like literally like 4 millimeters, because I bring it as close as I can together so it shows less. Sometimes if you have it overlapped too much, the line will show darker and then you will have a predominant seam. There is a lot of people who choose to go, I do believe 8.3 by 9.3. I find that a little bit longer, and the longer that you have your image, say from top to bottom on your tumbler, there is a chance that there is some buckling to happen, and then you'll have ghosting or white marks on your tumbler. And then after I finish cutting this out, I am going to wrap it around the tumbler, and then we're going to go out to my kitchen to the convection oven to be able to show you how I do with my shrink wrap and to place it in the convection oven. So the size tumbler that I'm doing today is a 20 ounce. I can also get access to 15 ounce and 30 ounce. So 30 ounce, I have never tried to do one yet because I don't have the proper shrink wrap for it. Also, you would need a bigger printer unless you wanted to use 2 pieces of paper, but then you would have a seam. So with this here, so there is my tumbler. You want to wrap it around and get it as tight as possible. I'll show you guys the seam. So there is not much of an overlap whatsoever. Like the lines is pretty close together. It just is enough. But that way you don't have a thick line. And it goes right to the top and right to the bottom. So then I will put a piece in the middle, and you want to cover up every seam. So when the heat gets to this, if it blows out a little bit, you don't have any gaps. So you don't want to cause yourself to have ghosting or any marks that shouldn't be there. So I go up each side like this. I will finish this part down here, and then we'll go around to the bottom and the top. Okay guys, I ran out of tape there for a second, so I had to refill my tape. Bear with me a second there. Okay, so I take a long piece of tape and I wrap it around the top. Okay guys, so once you have the tape around the edge, you're going to flip it over the edge, but keep it really tight. So what you don't want to happen is any ridges. Like if you left a ridge, if you can see it like this, it would cause a little bit of ghosting. So you just want to take your finger and completely push down so you have no lifted up marks at all. So you want to see that completely smooth. Okay, so we'll do the same thing to the bottom as well. So the bottom, you'll see there is a little bit of a ridge, but not a whole lot. You will push it down again, just like we did on the top. So that way you don't have any ghosting on the bottom. And if anybody has any questions about any of this or wants me to demonstrate another part of it a little bit better or so on and so forth, or if you need any help, if you're just starting this, please feel free to comment below. And then I can get in contact with you and help you out to the best manner I possibly can with doing it over the computer aspect of it. So it'll just be a few moments there. I'm going to prep my other one and then I will come back to you when I go out to my oven. Hey guys, so I just got out to my convection oven. So the first thing I'm going to do is apply shrink wrap to both of the tumblers that I am making. So I am making two. One of them I will show you. One of them is it's really personalized with people's pictures, so I'm not going to show you that one. Alright. So I do this with a heat gun that I did purchase off of Amazon as well. So I move the tumbler to the middle of the shrink wrap so it's an even amount on both sides. So bear with me a moment while I do this. So it only takes a few minutes, and you don't want to heat it up too much because this will melt. Sometimes you can have the odd scenario where it does melt a little bit too much, even if you just went over it quick. You want this to be as snug and tight as possible. That way there's nothing that can get through. Like when it creates the gas, there's no blowouts or anything like that. So I've put enough tape on it that it should be okay anyway. So I am going to go ahead and turn on my convection oven. This convection oven also that I did get from Amazon, which I will show you in a few moments. And show you the one that I have. I'm just going to let it heat up a little bit first. And also, when you have these in the convection oven, there is a chance that this shrink wrap will start melting. And I myself, I take off the shrink wrap when it's hot because it's a lot easier to peel off. So as soon as it comes out of the convection oven, I put both of my heat gloves on and then I take it off. And you also want the shrink wrap to be as smooth as possible as well. That way it has the best closure on the paper. So this normally takes a few minutes, so I will touch back in with you guys when I have it in the oven. Okay guys, so I'm gonna go ahead and place this in the oven now. I do only do mine for about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I find when it's done for anything more, I know some people say 6 minutes, but with my oven, I think it's just that powerful that I only do it a little over 4 minutes, because sometimes the black will turn red, so it'll be a little bit overcooked. So here is the convection oven that I use. Don't mind the pile up there, it's other ones that I have made that I haven't picked up the garbage yet. But I stand it up just in the middle, so it's in between both elements on the top and both elements on the bottom, so it's directly in the middle of the rack. I do have the rack set on the lowest level possible. This convection oven, you are able to do a 30-ounce tumbler, but it would have to be placed on the very bottom. You would have to remove your rack in order for it to fit. I just haven't experimented with that, since you would have to use 2 pieces of paper. But I am going to do an image there soon and split the image in half and use my legal size paper. So I'm praying that it would come out good. So I will show you guys what it looks like when this is done. And also a good way to see when it's done, you'll start seeing the design through the shrink wrap. Okay guys, so I'm getting ready to take the tumbler out of the oven now. So here is the tumbler. You can see everything right through it. So I'm going to take this apart as quick as I can because it is hot. So the one that I'm making this tumbler for, as I said before, she was named after the Shelby Mustang. So here it is. It's extremely, extremely hot, but I swear my hands are used to it now. So you don't see much of the crease in here, just a little bit where one side was a little bit darker than the other. But otherwise it looks quite nice. So hopefully you guys really enjoyed watching me make this. Stay tuned for more how-to videos to come. Yet again, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe, give me a big thumbs up, and ask me any questions down in the comment section if there's something that I never said, or if you do this yourself as well and you have some feedback for me, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I do believe that they come out quite nice. I'm quite pleased with the way they come out. There's no white seam at the top, no white seam at the bottom, and no ghosting. It's almost completely like perfect on there. So I really enjoy to make these, and I've been selling them quite fast. So have yourself a wonderful day. Catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.